Hi everyone, welcome back. Today is another declutter. We are decluttering my makeup collection. Today we're tackling powder, highlighter, bronzer, and face palettes. And we really narrowed this down. I think I really got rid of a lot. Y'all have to let me know what you think. I got rid of quite a bit. I just want to have less in those categories. Bronzers, I knew there were some bronzers that I had that I'm just not going to use. And I just really wanted to pare these down. I don't need 20 or 30 products in each of these categories. I just don't. And I wanted to keep only the things that I know that I will use and I enjoy and I want to share with you. So that's what I did. And we got rid of everything else. So I'm extremely happy with this. I hope you enjoy the declutter. I tried to go in as much depth as I could and swatch as many things as I could as I went along. Most of the things that I do declutter that are on the newer side, I will probably resell on my Mercari. I do that sometimes when I buy something if it doesn't work great for me or I just don't feel like I need to keep it. I do that all the time and sell it on my Mercari. So that way I can get a little bit of my money back and somebody else can enjoy that product. So I do that quite a bit, but some of this stuff is just old. So obviously old things will get thrown away, but let's get started. This is probably going to be a long one. I haven't finished editing it yet, so I'm not sure how long it'll be, but I hope you enjoy hanging out with me and decluttering my makeup. Let's get started. All right, we're gonna get started with bronzers. These are all of my creams and liquids. I might have a few more, but this is most of the cream and liquid bronzers that I have. So let's get started. I'm gonna try once again to get rid of some things here because the reality is I know what I reach for out of these products and what I don't. And I'm really trying not to just hang on to stuff just for the sake of hanging on to it. So let's get started. We'll start with a very easy keep, which are the Makeup by Mario Bronzing and Shaping Serums. I've talked about these so many times. I love this product so much. I have two shades. I have light and light medium. Light is definitely the one I use the most. It's a little bit more of a neutral to cool undertone. Light medium is much warmer. I really only use this one in the summertime, but I love them both. These are so just versatile because they have a doe foot applicator and they have a pump. So I like to wear them on their own just with the doe foot, or you can mix them in with other products to add some glow or some bronze, but they're so sheer that they look like just a wash of color on your skin. They dry down so they don't stay sticky or balmy. So they're ideal for most skin types. Such a unique, versatile product that I love. So those are definitely not going anywhere. Two more that I will be keeping are the Victoria Beckham Contour Stylus. Now, I have two of them. I have Travertine and I have Marble. I like Travertine the most by far. Travertine is the lightest shade, and I actually kind of had to warm up to this product. I didn't love it the first time I tried it, but the first shade that I owned was Marble, which is this one. It's darker, obviously. It's warmer. It has more of like a reddish undertone. Travertine is a little bit more neutral, cool leaning. I like Travertine the best for my skin tone. I do a lot of Victoria Beckham videos, so I'm going to keep Marble as well. But of the two, I definitely prefer Travertine. I like these obviously to add warmth or sculpt the face, but I also like them on the eyes as like a cream shadow stick. So those are going to stay. Another easy keep, Westman Atelier in Biscuit. I've talked about this so many times. I'm gonna have to buy a new one here pretty soon because mine, that's all the product I have left there. I love this stuff. I've loved it for years and years and years. Such a good neutral to cool leaning contour shade. For my skin tone, it's perfect. It's long wearing, creamy, easy to use. Easy keep for me. Now, I also have two of the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Melting Bronzer Sticks. I have a lighter one, which is milk chocolate. That one is the lightest shade that they offer. I got this one first, and I can make this one work. It's definitely pretty light on me, Definitely more of like a contour type of shade because it is pretty fair, but it's a nice undertone. And then I have milk or chocolate mousse, which you can see is a lot warmer and it's a lot deeper than milk chocolate. I was thinking of just keeping this one in chocolate mousse, but I think I might keep both because I love this formula. This is something I tried this year that I just fell in love with. It is the most creamy texture of a cream bronzer I've ever used. By far, it's super pigmented, but it's very easy to work with. It's a much creamier formula than like the Westman Face Trace formula. That one is more stiff. This one is more creamy, kind of like a stick of butter. But anyways, I'm gonna keep both of those. I promise we're gonna get rid of some. I'm just kind of getting the obvious ones out of the way. All right, let's get into some that I will be decluttering. I'm definitely going to declutter this Rare Beauty Liquid Contour in the shade Gentle. I have tried this so many times and this just does not work great for me. It is very hard to work with. I don't find it easy to blend out on the cheeks at all. I'm not sure why, because like there on my hand it blends really effortlessly and it's not hard at all, but on my cheeks I always feel like it looks kind of patchy. I don't know. Something about this just does not work great for me. So I will be decluttering that one. I also have the Persona bronzer stick. This is the shade Mojave, which is a beautiful shade if you have a lighter skin tone like I do, but I don't reach for this one. It's a pretty bronzer. There's nothing wrong with it, but the shade is light. Or actually it's fair. It's very fair. It's like a warm, fair bronzer. And I don't reach for it. This formula is not bad, but it's not a favorite. I'm gonna reach for the Too Faced or the Westman before I'm gonna reach for this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter that one. Then I have this one from Tower 28. This is the Sculptino in the shade Broad. This product, I actually haven't had this that long. They sent this to me, but I feel like this has been discontinued because last time I went to link it, I could not find it online. It was out of stock most places, so I'm assuming they're either discontinuing it or they are reformulating it or something. I don't know. I don't use it a ton as it is, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter that one. Let's see. Then I have the Versed bronzer stick in the shade August. So this is so similar to another product, which is the Merit bronzer stick in the shade Clay. So I want to swatch them side by side. I need to wipe my hand off, so they're very different in terms of the undertone. I don't know if you'll be able to tell. Merit and Clay, this has a little bit too much yellow in it. Every time I use it, I like the formula a lot, but I don't love this shade. So I think I am actually going to declutter the Merit one. I love the balmy kind of like sheer formula. It's very similar to the Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer in terms of the texture, but every time I use that color, I'm not a huge fan of it. So I am going to declutter that. And then I have this Versed one, which I haven't used this one that much. So I think I'm going to hang on to this. I think this one may go in the maybes though, because like I said, I haven't used it enough to really say definitively that I love it. So I think we're going to put that in the maybes for now. Then I have the e.l.f. Liquid Camo Contour, if I can open it. I like this product. This is, in my opinion, kind of similar to this product, the Say Dew Bronze. I like this undertone though. So this is shade Fair Light and it's super pigmented but very easy to blend and work with. It's a very nice formula. And then in the Say Dew Bronze, I have the shade Sand, which looks like this. So Sand is a bit warmer than Fair Light, as you can see there. But the formulas are very similar. I definitely think I prefer the undertone of the e.l.f. one. I'm definitely going to keep e.l.f. I do like that for a drugstore option. I'm just trying to decide if I need the Say one in Sand. I feel like I don't. I'm trying to ask myself when I do these declutters, if you didn't have this product, Would you go out of your way to go in your collection and look for it and be sad that it wasn't there? And I feel like the answer is no. So I think that one's gonna go. And then finally the Milani Cheek Kiss Hey Honey Cream Bronzer. Oh, mine is really dry. It's gotten like really crusty on the top. Okay, this is a nice cream bronzer. However, it is so pigmented. Like, do you see that? Even if you use very little of this bronzer, it is so pigmented, and I just don't really need a formula like that. I'm not gonna use it. I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay, so we did pretty well there. We are decluttering 6. I have 1 in the maybes, and we are keeping 8. But 3 of those 8 products we have 2 different shades in. So I feel like that's really not that bad at all. And then we have 1 maybe. We may have a few more creams that are mixed in that I forgot about, but I think that's the majority of them. Okay, we did have a few more that I forgot about. Obviously, I can't believe I forgot in the last group that I didn't have this here, the Skin Enhancer from Mario. As you can see, this is a favorite. I mean, I'm like, I need to get like a little spatula or something and scrape the edges because I'm pretty much done with this. But yeah, this is always going to be in my collection. One of the best. I use light medium in that. Then I have the NARS Cream Bronzer in Laguna 01. Okay, this is a product that I kind of forget about. I definitely neglect this one out of all my cream bronzers, and I don't know why, because this is a beautiful cream bronzer. Like, it is very matte, so there's no glow or anything, but I love the undertone of it. It's very neutral. It has like a velvety dry down, almost like a powder. It's beautiful though. I don't want to get rid of this one. I don't use this one enough, and it deserves some more love. So I'm gonna hang on to that one. I am going to declutter this one, but only because, y'all, this is so old. Like, I can't, it's like embarrassingly old. I love it. It's a beautiful product, but it's time for this to go. I would absolutely buy this again though. The Fenty Cream Bronzer in Butter Biscuit. One of the best cream bronzers on the market. People used to talk about it. No one really talks about it anymore, but this formula, so good. It's like the perfect amount of creaminess, perfect amount of pigment. It's a little bit more pigmented than like the Mario Skin Enhancer, but not as pigmented as something like this from Too Faced. It's like right in between. It's so good, but this, like, I can't hold on to this anymore. It's old. I will definitely buy that again though. And finally, these I always hang on to. The Chanel Le Beige Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream. Okay, like this one is old as the hills. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but it is like all dried up on the top. This product, 10 out of 10, is expired. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. I always hold on to it because it's Chanel, and I'm just not gonna do that anymore. This is the dark shade. I used to use this a little bit. This one has a different undertone. It's like a bronzy reddish undertone. Honestly, I prefer the undertone on the darker one. But again, am I using them? No, I'm not. I kind of want to get, didn't they reformulate this in new shades or something? Or am I just making that up? I feel like I saw that they did, but I haven't seen them in the United States. Let me know if you know. I'm not sure. I would definitely try the new one, but these, like, I can't hang on to them anymore. They have to go. Okay, so now I think that should be it for creams and liquids. So we're decluttering 9 and we are keeping 10. That's really not that bad at all. I'm fine with that. And there is 1 in the maybes. Moving into my powder bronzers. Now, this is probably going to be hard. Honestly, I'm not a huge, I've said this before, it really is true. I'm not super loyal to a ton of powder bronzers. I don't know what it is, but I guess I have very few that I feel like very strongly about. So I feel like I'm going to get rid of quite a bit here, but we'll just see what happens. Okay, so we'll start easy. My new one, which is the Fara Homidi refillable bronzer in Bois. I love this. This is beautiful. Yes, it is expensive, but for me, like I said, I don't find a ton of powder bronzers that I just love. And I love the tone of this one. It's very light, as you can see, like it's not super intense pigment on my skin, which I like. The undertone of this is a beautiful like rosy beige undertone, and that's very unique, very hard to find, and I love it. It's just beautiful on the skin. So that is an easy keep. Then I have the RMS Beauty Hydro Bronzer in Beach Walk Betty. This bronzer I really like. It does get hard pan for me pretty badly, but again, I love the undertone of it. It's beautiful. It's a little bit more reddish, I would say, than like the Fara Homidi one, but still very natural. It doesn't look orange on my skin, and a lot of bronzers do. So that's really something I look for, is bronzers that don't turn super orange when you apply them on a light skin tone. This one does not, so that one can stay. Something that I've had forever and I don't use, I don't know what has gotten on the front of it, is the Tom Ford Glow Bronzer in the shade Terra. This is one I never used, and I literally could not tell you why. I have no idea. I just don't pull it out, and it's such a nice formula. Like, this is super old. It still feels so buttery and creamy, and the formula, I mean, it really doesn't feel like it's changed at all. And I've had this for years. Do they even make this anymore? I have no idea. I should probably get rid of it for the amount that I don't use it. But there's part of me for some reason that really wants to keep this. I don't know. Why don't I use this? Somebody tell me. I'm gonna keep it. It's too pretty to get rid of. And I have got to get myself to pull it out and use it. Now, I have two from Patrick Ta. So these are technically creams and bronzers. So we have a cream, like the blushes, and the bronzer down here. This is She Sculpted. I've used this one quite a bit, specifically the cream. And I'm actually going to declutter this. I honestly would like to get the lightest shade in this formula. I don't know why when I bought this a while ago, I bought the medium shade instead of the light shade. I think the light color is called She's Statuesque. I would like to get that at some point, maybe. This one is just slightly too deep for me, that every time I use it, I feel like it looks forced kind of on my face, and I'm trying to avoid that with bronzers, not going just unnaturally dark with things that just won't look right on my skin tone, and I feel like that's one of those things. I also have this one in the shade She's Bronzed from Patrick Ta. I've also used this one quite a bit, mainly the cream, but again, it's super pigmented, and I'm not really into this level of pigment anymore, especially if the shade is a little bit deep for me anyway. So I think I can let both of those go, but like I said, I may buy the lighter shade in that at some point, but I'm trying to be like brutal here. Then I have this bronzer. So this is the MAC Radiant Skin Finish Sunstruck Radiant Bronzer in light rosy. So this is actually a beautiful product. This is something that I feel like I don't hear many people talk about this. But this is a beautiful bronzer. Honestly, now that I swatch it, it's honestly a similar formula to the Fara Homidi one. Let's just swatch these next to each other. They both have that very creamy, luminous finish. The undertones are slightly different. I would say the Bois shade from Fara Homidi is a little bit more beige undertone. The rosy one from MAC is a little bit warmer, I guess just more of a rosy bronze, not as gray toned as the Bois shade. They're both really nice on the skin though, but I never thought about how similar they are. This one is definitely less expensive than this. So if you're looking for something similar to Fara Homidi, this one from MAC, definitely similar. I like both of these though. I'm gonna keep that one. Very good formula. No one really talks about it. Now, here's another product. Y'all are probably going to be shocked because I know this is a favorite for so many people, but this is Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate. Okay, this is, I could not tell you the last time I used this. And I know this is like a favorite for so many people. This should have been in the cream category, I just realized. I'm so torn on this. I don't know what to do with this one. Maybe we'll put this in the maybes because it's been so long since I even applied it on my skin. I don't even know how I feel about it. That one's gonna go in the maybes because I truly don't know. Okay, then I have the Gucci bronzer. This is another one. I've had this for a long time. I could not tell you, well, actually I can kind of tell you why I don't use this one. This undertone is beautiful, but this is a super pigmented bronzer, like very, very pigmented. I feel like it doesn't look as pigmented in the swatch there as it does in real life. But I don't, like, I'm looking at the undertone and it's so pretty. It's that beigey undertone again, but I don't use it. Why don't I use it? I don't know. Okay, let's swatch it next to the NYX Buttermelt in All Buttered Up. This is another nice formula, also very pigmented. As you can see, it's even more pigmented than the Gucci one. It actually looks more luminous too than all these other ones. I'm gonna declutter this one. And the last one is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in Nude Bronze Light. I was thinking of decluttering this, but let me explain to you why. Mainly because I ordered during the 20% off that Ulta did right before Christmas. I ordered this bronzer in a new shade and it's Diffused Bronze Light. And the reason I did that was because I have the Hourglass palette from this year, which I don't even know if I've talked about it in a video, but I have this, the Deer palette. Diffused Bronze Light is in here. And I've been using this and I feel like this is actually a better shade for me than this one. Oh, I shouldn't have swatched that with that finger. Than the shade that I have in the bronzer. Yeah, do you see the difference there? This one is like more of that beigey rose undertone that I like. This one is more warm. But do you see the difference there? I feel like I would use my other one more than this one because I like the undertone better. So I'm thinking of getting rid of this one. I know it's very old. I've had it forever. I feel like I'll use this one more, the new one that I ordered. So I think that is what I'm gonna do. So I'm really trying to only keep stuff that I really like the shade. If I don't like the shade and I'm iffy on it, then there's no point in keeping it. I'm torn on this because I never reach for this, but then I swatch it and I'm like, why don't you reach for it? So it's shade 1, by the way, in Fair. I think that one's gonna go in the maybes also, since I'm so torn on it. Okay, I guess I'll count them up again at the end because we have a few more bronzers to go through, and then I'll give you the final count for bronzer. Okay, so this is it for bronzer. So I have 2 of the Makeup by Mario powder bronzers. So this bronzer was reformulated recently. So I have the old one in light medium. I have the new one in light. This is the old one. I'm gonna declutter this one since it's different now, and I'm gonna keep the new one. The new one is very nice, and this one is in the shade light. If you like just like a very traditional matte bronzer, kind of like a setting powder, honestly, just in a bronze tone, these are really nice. Blurring is accurate. They really are like a blurring finish on the skin. I like this one in light, so I'm gonna keep that. Then I have NARS Laguna bronzer. Oh my gosh, this one is so hard. This was my first ever Sephora bronzer years ago. This is the first one I ever got, and I thought it was like the coolest thing that I had a Laguna bronzer. And then I shattered mine and I was heartbroken, so I had to buy a new one. But I do not know, like the packaging doesn't even look like this anymore. That's how old this is. You gotta let it go, Blair. It's time. It's time. But I might buy that again in the future. We'll see. These last ones are gonna be hard, I think. Okay, Victoria Beckham, the Bronzing Brick. So you get a light shade and a darker shade in here. Okay, I like this bronzer a lot, but mine gets hard pan so bad. And I feel like I'm pretty good about not using super dirty brushes and applying bronzers on tacky skin that hasn't been set. I feel like I'm pretty good about that. So this is shade 2. But for that reason, I find I don't pick this up and use it, mainly because when things hard pan, it's hard to get an even coat of the product on a brush because it's kind of unevenly coated or has the hard pan coating. So I find I don't use it for that reason. I love Victoria Beckham. I do a lot of content about Victoria Beckham beauty. And then part of me wonders sometimes, maybe I should have gotten shade 1 instead of shade 2. I'm gonna keep Victoria Beckham. I have the Serum Soleil Dew Artiste bronzer. Beautiful bronzer formula. Very creamy. I would say kind of similar, honestly, to the MAC one and the Fara Homidi one. It's that kind of silky texture. I don't ever use that one though, honestly. And I feel like I wouldn't know if it was gone. I need to start asking myself that. Do you or would you know if it was gone? If the answer is no, you don't need it. The Chantecaille Real Bronze in the shade Serena. I think you can still get this. This was just like limited edition packaging they had at one time. Another beautiful bronzer formula. So creamy and buttery. This is one though that's a little bit warm for me. Like, I wish it was a little bit more neutral. I'm trying to get rid of stuff that's not a good tone because I won't use it. And when I do use it, I'm not happy with it. This formula is beautiful though. I think I'm gonna let it go. I said I was gonna get rid of stuff. Even if I like it and think it's pretty, if it doesn't work great for my skin tone, I'm gonna get rid of it. Then I have the Fenty Sunstalker bronzer in the shade Into Sun, which is very, very light. Very, very light. This is a good bronzer to use to set a cream bronzer. If you don't want your cream bronzer to be too dark, you know, if you apply a cream bronzer that's deeper than your skin tone and then you try to put a powder bronzer over top to set it, sometimes you end up with your bronzer looking too deep and kind of off on your skin. This is a good bronzer to set with because it's so fair. It's such a good tone. Yeah, Fenty, I'm gonna keep the Haus Labs Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer in the shade Soleil Sand Fair. I'm going to swatch this next to the Fenty one. This is another beautiful formula bronzer. God, this is a really good one actually. It's so pretty. It's honestly very similar tone to the Fenty, just not, I feel like Fenty's like slightly warmer. This one is slightly more neutral. I have to keep Haus Labs, that's good. And then the Lancome bronzer in the shade Light. So this is a very similar formula to the Makeup by Mario powder bronzer. Oh, it's a good color though. All right, so that's Light in Lancome. A little bit warmer, I guess, than these two, or maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just, it's hard to tell sometimes with these lights. I feel like I'm keeping too many. I'm gonna say yes for now. We might do one last sweep at the end of this video because I still feel like I'm keeping too many. All right, y'all, I can't keep all 3 of these. They're too similar. I've gotta eliminate at least one. I'm definitely keeping Makeup by Mario. So that one is gonna stay. I feel like I do not need both of these. Let me swatch them one more time. Something I don't love about the Lancome one, I like the tone of it, but it is very powdery in the pan. That's not my favorite. It's definitely a little bit darker as well than the Fenty one. And then I'm like, okay, do I even need either of them? I feel like for some reason I can get rid of the Lancome. I like it though. It's a pretty tone. I know I do not need both. I wish y'all could talk to me through the camera. I know some of you are telling me which one I should keep. All right, I'm gonna let go of Lancome. Something is telling me I'm not gonna use it if I keep it. The question is, do I keep this one or do I let this go too? Let me swatch this next to the Makeup by Mario. I feel like I don't need, if I have Makeup by Mario, I don't need the Fenty, I feel. So we're just gonna keep Mario. The only other thing I'm kind of considering here is RMS. I love, but it does get real, like, can you see the hard pan on there? And so does this one. I'm really weird. Once a product starts getting hard pan, I just don't reach for it. I just don't. I don't know why. I don't like it when I feel like I put a brush in and I get like a patchy application because of the hard pan. So then I'm like, do I get rid of both of these? I know you can use tape, use a spoolie. I've done all that with these, but they still just continue to get it again. I think RMS is gonna go. I don't know why, but I feel like maybe I can let that one go. I'm gonna keep Victoria Beckham for now. Okay, that was really hard there at the end. But that's it for bronzer for now. So as of now, we are decluttering 20 and we are keeping 16. We have 3 in the maybes. The maybes are gonna go in get ready with me videos after we declutter everything. And then we'll decide at the end after I do the get ready with me's, because I just feel like I need to use these to figure it out. So those will be coming in a video soon. But I'm pretty happy with this. Moving along to setting powders. So I have a few, let's see. This is majority of my loose setting powders. Actually, I have one more that's in my drawer right here. Okay. So these are all my loose setting powders. So let's get obvious out of the way. This is my new favorite. I've used this more than any of these other powders since I tried it a few months ago. This is amazing. L'Oreal Blurfection, finely milled, blurring, smoothing, mattifying, doesn't look heavy. It's so good. If you haven't tried it, you need to try this. All right, another easy keep, Makeup by Mario, the Surreal Skin setting powder. This one I would say is a little bit more heavy duty than the L'Oreal. It's not quite as finely milled, but I still really like it and I enjoy it a lot. So that I will definitely keep. I have the Kosas Cloud Set Translucent Candy. So this is the pink one. This is one that I kind of neglect, but this is actually very good. I really enjoy, I have the pressed Cloud Set in the pink color also, and I like the loose version in the pink better than the pressed version. I'm not sure why. This is a nice setting powder if you don't want to like completely mattify the skin. This does mattify, but it does leave a little bit of shine behind. So I do enjoy this one. I'm gonna keep that now. Ami Collet is gonna go. This is a great powder, but I'm pretty sure this brand is gone. I think I saw this brand is going out of business. I'm pretty sure. I feel like I saw that on Instagram not long ago, but this is a phenomenal powder. It's honestly very similar to the L'Oreal one. It's beautiful on the skin, but I'm pretty sure this brand is going away. So I'm gonna declutter that. I'm also gonna declutter this one from Ulta. This is the Color Correcting Setting Powder. This is not a bad setting powder, but it's pink. And I have many pink powders. Like I also have the Cali Ray one. I don't need this many loose pink setting powders. So for that reason, I'm keeping Kosas. I think I can live without Ulta. It's not a bad loose powder though, and it's pretty affordable, but I'm gonna let that one go. I'm also gonna let Makeup Forever HD Skin Setting Powder go. This is another great powder, but it's another like beigey pink shade. I don't need that many of these. I just don't. I'm not gonna use it. And the reality is I don't use a heavy duty like makeup kind of powder that often, and that's what this is. So I just don't think I need to hang on to it. It's nice though. It's not a bad powder, but I'm trying to be realistic in the things that I keep, and if I know I'm not really gonna use something, there's just no point in me keeping it. So that's gonna go. I am also going to declutter the Sigma powder, not because it's bad, but because I just don't need this many loose powders. And I'm trying to really just keep the ones that I know if I didn't have them, I would be mad that I didn't have them. And this one really doesn't fall in that category. It's nice, but compared to my others, I'm not going to use it, I don't think. So I'm gonna get rid of that one. This used to be my favorite, the House Labs Bio Blurring Loose Setting Powder. Honestly, I don't think I have that much more in here. I like this powder though. I'm gonna let it go. I don't feel like I need to keep it anymore. It is a good one though. Then I have Cali Ray, the Magic Hour Setting Powder. Okay, this is also a pink powder, like the Kosas. This one is different than the Kosas though. This is probably one of the most mattifying powders I've tried in the entire year of 2025, probably in a few years. It's very, very fine, which I like, but this mattifies. So if you don't want a super matte finish, you will not like this. But if you're looking for that and you like a pink powder, this is really nice. It also comes in like a peachy color. I do really like that one though, so I gotta keep that one. And then finally, the Hourglass Veil Powder. This I'm gonna put in the maybes. I don't feel like I know enough to decide on this one. So I'm gonna put this powder in the maybes. Next, I have my powder foundations. This category always kind of gets me. These are not powder foundations, but the rest of them are. These always kind of get me because part of me loves a powder foundation. They're easy, they're quick if you need to like throw something on your face really fast. But the other part of me is like, how often do you use them? You know? So do you really need 6 of them? Probably not. So the first one that I love, I'm gonna keep. As you can see, I use this quite a bit. This is the Jane Iredale Powder Foundation. I have loved this for a long time. It's so good. It is more on the matte side, but it's like a soft matte finish. Gives pretty good coverage. This is a good shade for me. It's in, I think this shade is Radiate or Radiant. It may be Radiant, but I do like this and I do use that one, so I will hang on to that. Then I have 2 from MAC. I have the Studio Fix, the new version, and the old version. I have, let's see, the old version in the shade N4. That's the old one, so I'm gonna declutter that. This is the new one in 4.75, which I've tried this a few times. It's a little bit deep for me. I mean, it doesn't look that bad there. I feel like on my face it does look kind of bad. Not bad, but like the shade looks a little off. And I also have the Bare Minerals. This is the new pressed mineral foundation. Actually pretty nice. This one is also like slightly off for me in terms of the shade. No one's talking about this. It's so funny. This launched and like nobody talked about it at all. I've used it here and there. It's nice. I don't think it's identical to the original one, but it's not bad. I'm just trying to decide if I want to hang on to it because it is a little bit dark for me. I should have gotten shade 3 and I got shade 6. I'm going to hang on to this one. I'm going to hang on to that. I think I might just declutter the MAC one because I just don't feel like I need it. I think I'm going to declutter. I also have Natasha Denona, the High Glam Powder Foundation. This is the shade N3. This is actually a very nice powder foundation. I haven't used mine in a while. I'm gonna hang on to that one. N3 is a pretty good match for me, so I'll hang on to that. I also have Neutral Ivory in the loose powder from Bare Minerals, which is also a little bit on the dark side. Bare Minerals has really like confused me with their shade range lately. I feel like none of their shades match up to their old shades. And like this looks kind of dark in the component here, but then when I swatched it just then, it didn't look that dark. It does kind of look dark right there. Yeah, I feel like they've really screwed up their shades. I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna let it go. I'm trying to be ruthless here. Okay, I have 2 of the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powders. This is the new one in the shade Peach. I love this. I'm definitely hanging on to this. She released this year, I think like 4 color correcting shades of this powder and they are so good. This peach one, so beautiful. I really like this. This I will hang on to. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to keep the original one in white. I'm not typically a fan of white powders. in general. I think I'm gonna let that one go and keep the peach one. Okay, this is my last group of powders. I am gonna start with the easy one, Fenty Invisimatte. This is the one powder that is white that I do love. This is a perfect touch-up powder. It is like, it looks and feels like nothing, but on the skin, it really does just like add just the slightest bit of blurring. If you ever do your makeup and you feel like your skin still looks like a little bit shiny, rough in certain areas, like you can see your pores more than you want to in certain areas, this just kind of airbrushes over everything, gets rid of shine. It's great. I'm definitely keeping that. Look at my Kosas Cloud Set powder. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. I keep hanging on to it thinking I'm gonna like one day actually use the whole thing up. It's broken, it drives me nuts. It's old, it's very, very old. I might buy that again at some point. I also have the pink one. I have this pink pressed powder. I also have this one from Westman. This is the under eye powder. You can see the Westman one is more of a very light pink, almost like a white, and then the Kosas is a little bit more pink. I literally never use the Westman one. I don't know why, but I never use this powder. Do I need another pink powder? Should I put it in the maybes? I feel like I definitely need to pick one of these two. I don't need them both. I think I'm gonna let Candy go. I know that's kind of strange because I used to love the Cloud Set. But I don't know, between the bad packaging, the pink one has kind of gotten a hard pan. I don't use the pink one that much. The other one's old. I just feel like I don't need it. I think we might put Westman in the maybes. I don't feel confident about that one. I have the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless powder. This is shade medium. I don't really know why I have shade medium. This is a nice powder. I don't use it though. I couldn't tell you last time I used it. So that one's gonna go. I also have this one from Chantecaille. This is the Perfect Blur finishing powder. Yeah, so this is a finishing powder. It's a little bit dark for my skin tone. I think it only comes in 2 shades. This is the lightest one. I'm gonna let that go. I have the Laura Mercier Ultra Blur. This is a good powder. Do I need it though? Then I have Tower 28. I like Tower 28. I'm gonna keep that one. Laura Mercier. I'm gonna let that go. Givenchy, the Prisme Libre. This is the new one in the pressed version. I feel like these two are super similar, so do I need them both? Probably not. This one is so new though, I don't really want to declutter that one. And I like the Tower 28. All right, I'm gonna say both of those can stay. I have the Mini Huda powder in Pound Cake. This is literally like the worst packaging ever. I took this with me to Florida when I was there a few weeks ago, and it was nice because it's so tiny. It's not ideal packaging. It's very hard to use because the lid is so tiny. I don't really use the little puff thing. Do I want to keep this or do I just want to, I'm gonna let it go. And then the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop powder. I used to love this as well, but honestly, do I need it? I think I'm gonna let that go too. Wow. Okay, I let go so many of my pressed powders. That's kind of crazy. All right, that is it for powders. Let me count them up. Wow, okay, so I'm getting rid of 16. I'm keeping 8, and I have 2 in the maybes. I cut the powders in half, which I'm pretty happy about. I was pretty cutthroat there. All right, this one I'm just gonna pull from my little container here. So these are my highlighters. I do not need to have any more than 4 highlighters. This is still too many because I don't use highlighter very often at all. So this needs to be cut down for sure. All right, number 1, I have the Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin. This is shade Crystal Nebula. I never use this. I'm not gonna get rid of it because I feel like I haven't given it enough chance to really decide if I want it or not. I mean, it looks so pretty, but I do not use it. I love that it's a liquid, but it's so thin and it gives you that sheen, but it's not like incredibly glittery. It's very, very beautiful. I think we're gonna keep Lisa Eldridge for now. Obvious keep. Love this so much. Favorite cream highlighter ever, Victoria Beckham, the Reflect highlighter stick in the shade Pearl. It's just perfect. Has very little color, really doesn't have any color, it has like no base to it. It just gives your skin that really wet, glossy look, and I love it. Honestly, it kind of gives a similar effect to the Lisa Eldridge, which kind of makes me think, do I need this? Maybe I should put this in the maybes. Let's do a maybe for Lisa Eldridge, because like I said, I just don't feel like I know enough, really. Okay, then I have the CL Glow and Protect SPF 50. This is in the shade Piper. This is very pretty. Let me move this out of the way. This is pretty. It's like a rose gold highlighter. This is like a thicker texture for a highlighter. I mainly got this because I wanted to mix it with the blushes. I do like the like rose gold. Am I going to use it? Am I going to use it? I'm going to say keep for right now. We may reevaluate at the end. Then I have the L'Oreal Lumi Le Glace Highlight in Glassy Pearl. So this is a very similar product to Victoria Beckham, the Reflect highlighter stick. Honestly, it's very, very similar. Let me swatch them next to each other. I do think L'Oreal has a little bit more color to it than the Victoria Beckham one, but the effect is like almost identical, honestly. Honestly, if I didn't have a YouTube channel, I would just keep Victoria Beckham. I would declutter this one because I have a YouTube channel and I have some drugstore videos that I want to do coming up. I'm going to hang on to this because I mean, I can't lie. It definitely is similar to Victoria Beckham. So I'm going to say keep for right now. Then I have these two. Okay, the Dior Forever Glow Maximizers. I love these. This was my favorite liquid for a very long time. This is the pink one. These are really nice. These are liquids. They just like melt into the skin. This is a thinner formula than the CL. The CL has more thickness to it and a little bit more pigment also. So like, do I need both of these? Probably not. And then I also have the Dior in the shade Nude. This is a little bit dark for me to wear on its own. I would have to wear this like mixed with a blush or mixed with a bronzer or something, but it's really, really pretty kind of warm nude color. So that one I'm gonna keep. I'm just trying to decide on this pink one. I want to put them both in the keep for now. We'll come back. Then I have, let's see, this is from Jones Road. This is the Illuminator in baby pink. So this came in one of their kits. I don't think you can buy this product like on its own yet. I think it was like exclusive to the kit. Pretty, but I don't need that. Westman Peau de Pêche. I have loved this for a very long time. This is definitely more of like a summery product because I can wear this as a blush and a bronzer. It's so pretty though. So I'm definitely keeping that one. And then Makeup Forever. This is the powder highlighter in Forever Pearl. This is so pretty. It is a very intense highlighter, but this is one that's powder, but it really doesn't look like powder. On the skin, it looks more like a cream or a liquid. Okay, I'm gonna say keep that one. Then I have Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate, the Duo in Mood Light. This is like 10 out of 10. If I was gonna keep a powder highlighter, honestly, this is the one I should keep because these are just stunning, stunning, stunning on the skin. I like both. I think I like the bottom one the best, but these, I don't know if Tom Ford even still makes these. If he doesn't, that's a real shame. They're so pretty. This one is definitely staying. And then I'm like, okay, do I need this one from Makeup Forever? No, I don't. I'm gonna keep the Tom Ford one. Then I have MAC Soft and Gentle. I always hang on to this because it's like a classic product, but the truth is I don't use it. So I'm gonna let that go. I have the RMS in Prosecco Fizz. I don't use that either, and I'm not going to, so that's gonna go. And then finally I have the Sephora Luminizer in Sparkling Honey. This I'm probably going to keep. I don't use this one as much as a highlighter, but I use it on the eyes as an eyeshadow. This is a very underrated formula to me. It's very creamy, super high-end feeling for the price point. This is like an underrated product from Sephora collection in my opinion. So I'm gonna keep that one, and that's it. That's all I have. I feel like if I'm debating this one, I should probably let it go. Or I could put it in the maybes. All right, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna say keep for now. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 highlighters, and I am decluttering 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 in the maybes. I still feel like that's too many. I'm definitely keeping Tom Ford. I'm definitely keeping Victoria Beckham. I'm definitely keeping Westman. I want to keep this. I might even put this honestly in the highlighter or in the eyeshadow section. I definitely want to keep this. These are the ones that are messing me up. All right, I'm going to say no to CL. I feel like if I'm this unsure, I need to let it go. The L'Oreal highlighter stick, you know what? I'm not going to keep that. I have this one. I'm always going to use this one. If I needed it for something in the future, I could buy another one, but I'm not going to hang on to stuff just to hang on to it. Okay, Forever Glow Maximizer. I mean, this one I really can't wear on its own. It's a little bit dark for my skin tone. Oh, it's so pretty though. I can't get rid of that. I can't get rid of that. Let me swatch the pink one. God, the pink is so pretty too. Those are gonna stay. So now I'm keeping 6 and I'm decluttering 6. And I have 1 in the maybes. So I'm keeping 6, decluttering 6. 1 is in the maybes. I'm happy with that. Oh gosh. Okay, face palettes. I say this every time, but I have an issue with face palettes. I am just so drawn to them, but then I rarely use them. But I'm so drawn to face palettes. I don't know what it is, but every time I see one, I want to buy it every time. I don't know what it is, truly. All right, this really shouldn't be in this section, but this Dior palette, yeah, I'm keeping this. This is old. It's been reformulated like 3 times since this palette, but I don't care. It brings me so much joy. I love it. So I'm gonna hold on to that. All right, then I have this NARS palette. This is a perfect example of something that I saw, and for whatever reason, it just really, really spoke to me, and I bought it. I shouldn't have. The bronzer in here is supposed to be Laguna 01. Okay, this is definitely not Laguna 01. This is way warmer than Laguna 01 in the cream, like way warmer, too warm. So for that reason, I never use it. It also has Thrill, which is the really pretty bright pink blush, which I like. And then it has 2 highlighters. It's nice. I'm probably gonna sell this honestly because there's nothing wrong with it. But I'm gonna declutter that. I don't need to keep that. All right, then I have this from Chanel. This is the Le Beige Healthy Glow Sunkissed Powder Palette in medium coral. This came out a few years ago. And I want to say I bought the medium. I don't remember if light was sold out at the time that I bought medium, but this has a coral blush in it, a bronzer, and a highlighter. These are beautiful, but honestly, these shades don't work great for my skin tone. I can make them work, but I have to be really careful with them. I wish I had gotten the light shade in this. I would keep it if I did. I'm probably going to resell this as well because there's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, these are just not colors that work super great for me. So I'm not going to keep it. I'm not keeping things that I know for a fact I'm just not going to use. So I'm going to let that go. Then I have the YSL Couture Face Palette. The face or the highlighter and the blush palette. This is from this year. I'm probably going to declutter this too. This was a disappointment to me from the year. It was okay, but the best thing in here honestly is like this one blush in 44, which I already have in a single. The highlighters are not it. The blushes are pretty. The highlighters in here are too shimmery, not what you would expect from a YSL formula. The packaging is beautiful. It pains me not to keep this because it's so pretty, but somebody else would love it and get use out of it. So I'm probably going to sell this as well on Mercari. I will link my Mercari, by the way, in the description box if you're curious or you want to see what I'm getting rid of. I'll have it linked there. Okay. Then I have two from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Instant Look of Love in a palette, the Pretty Blushed Beauty palette. This is from a few years ago. One of the best, actually no, it is the best face palette Charlotte Tilbury's ever done. And they don't make it anymore. Why? I don't know. This is definitely one of the best they've ever had. They then brought it back, or they said it was the same thing earlier this year in this one, Pretty Glowing Beauty. And it is a pretty palette. It's not the same though. It's not bad, but I don't think the quality is exactly the same as the other one, especially like not this shimmer eyeshadow right here. It's supposed to be like a topper. It's very big chunks of glitter, unfortunately. This shade is nice, this middle shade. It's like a satin finish. I'm gonna get rid of the old one because it's old, I'm sad to say, because I loved this so much, but it's old, you can't get it anymore. It's time to let it go. I'm debating keeping this one from Charlotte Tilbury. This is pretty new to me. I think I'm gonna hang on to this for now. I haven't had that one that long. I haven't used it a ton. So I think I'm gonna hang on to that for now. Okay, then we have the infamous Hourglass palettes that I have a major weakness for. Every year I say I'm not gonna buy them, and then I buy it. So this is the one from this year. And what I will say about this is I have used this one more than any Hourglass palette they've ever had of all the years I've been buying them. The colors in here work great for me, all of them. This is the bronzer I was talking about earlier, Diffused Bronze Light. This bronzer works great for my skin tone, and that's why I ordered the full size of this, because I love these palettes. I will say for everyday use, the pans are a little bit small. Sometimes can be a little hard to get your brush in there evenly. That's why I bought the full size pan. Still great for travel though. So this one is definitely staying. Now, then we have the one from last year, which was this one, and we have the one from the previous year, which is the, is this a cheetah? I think it's the cheetah palette, which looks like this. I always struggle with these also because it's like, okay, do I keep them even though some of the colors in there don't work as well for me? Like the bronzer in here is a little bit warm for me. It's Lunar Bronze. I think that was like a limited color from this palette. What else was in here? Diffused Heat, which I have a full size of. Honestly, I'm probably gonna sell this one. I love the outside packaging, but am I gonna use this? No, I'm not. So I'm gonna let that go. And then the Evil Eye palette. The colors in here work better for me, like this bronzer. Not as orangey as the Cheetah palette. And then I always fall into the whole, well, like, should I keep it to like compare, but am I actually gonna do that? I don't usually do videos like that, so then I'm like, do I actually need to keep this, or should I let it go and just keep the one that I know works great for me? I think I'm gonna let it go. I do. I'm gonna let it go. Yeah, I do this every single time. I do typically resell my Hourglass palettes just because there's nothing wrong with them. They're barely used, so I'm probably gonna do that again and just keep the one from this year because it actually works the best for me. This is the last group from this declutter. So we have the new MPH Underpainting palette in the shade Light. This is brand new. Still kind of testing this out. It's not anywhere near something I would want to declutter at this point, so I'm definitely going to hang on to that. I also have my beloved little ambient lighting palette from Hourglass that I've had since the beginning of my YouTube channel. I know I've gotten rid of some things because they're old, and these are, but this is just sentimental for me. I can't get rid of it. I just can't do it. So I'm going to hang on to that. I have the Natasha Denona Hyper Natural Face Palette. This I actually really like. This is not something that I feel like a lot of people loved, but for me, I really loved it. The only thing I have noticed, the last time I tried to pull these out and use them, they've kind of like that pink shadow right there has kind of dried out a little bit. That one is okay. The Everyday shade, this is my favorite shade in here. I kind of want to hang on to this. I can't really explain it, but I really like this palette for some reason. I think we'll keep it. And then finally, these are blushes technically, or actually one's a bronzer and a blush, and this is just 2 blushes. Or no, are they both? Okay, this is the one with the bronzer and the blush. These are both blushes. These were such a disappointment to me. I had such high hopes for these from Westman. They, especially this one in Biscuit, they were just really hard to work with. I found them really patchy. Not what I was hoping they would be from Westman Atelier, because typically I love their products, and like it doesn't look patchy right there. I swear on the skin, it goes on kind of patchy. Even like this blush in Petal. Then I'm like, do I need to use a different brush? Like, should I give them another chance? I think I can let this one go, the 2 blushes. This blush is kind of light. This blush is kind of dark. I think I could definitely live without that one. I'm just torn on this one because these are my 2 favorite shades from this brand, Biscuit and Petal. Maybe we'll put this in the maybes. That's what we'll do. All right, y'all. That is it for the face palettes and for this declutter. Let me count the face palettes. So I'm keeping 5 of them. I'm not going to count this as a face palette. If you did, I'm keeping 6, but we'll just say I'm keeping 5, and I'm decluttering 7, and I have 1 in the maybes. I'm very, very happy with that. All right, so that is my bronzer, powder, highlighter, and face palette declutter. I feel like I did really well. I'm really, really happy with this. Every time I open that drawer now, I don't know, I feel this sense of like peace and calm come over me, and I think it's because it's just not as overwhelming. I'm doing that with most of the things in my house. Slowly but surely, I'm just getting rid of stuff. It's that time of year for me. I am gonna clean out. I'm not keeping things just for the sake of keeping them. If they're not serving me, they gotta go. So I hope you enjoyed this declutter. The next one we will tackle is blush. I'm not really looking forward to that one because I do plan to really pare that one down as much as I can. I have a lot of blush, so that one's gonna be more challenging. Ideally, I would like to fit all of my blushes in the drawer with the bronzer and the powder and the highlighter, and not have a separate drawer for blushes, but I haven't decluttered those yet, so we will see how that goes. But that is kind of what I'm thinking. So that is coming in the near future, but thank you for watching this one. I will probably list my top like 10 products in each category, or maybe not even 10, just my top products in each category in the description box, in case you are interested in any of those things. If you do shop through my links, I do make a commission that supports my channel. So thank you so much for that. And if you're new, I would love for you to stick around and subscribe, and make sure to follow me over on Instagram at simply.blair and TikTok simply.blair1. And I think that's everything for today. I will see you again very soon. Remember, simply be you.